As real estate is on the rebound in Rhode Island.
And yet some say lawmakers might hurt the fragile recovery of it. It's my Money Watchers report. These realtors are rallying against legislation being proposed at the State House, which they say could hurt the market, which has been recovering. The legislation they feel is unreasonable because it does some of the following. It increases transfer taxes and mandates cesspool replacements with a year of date transfers to a septic system. And it increases fines on homes with lead from $500 to $5,000.
This is a problem bill for you.
Yes, it is. We have several problem bills. Anything that burdens home ownership in a fashion that is unreasonable.
At this home in East Greenwich, the cesspool has already been replaced, but lead paint would be an issue, and one that may prevent the owner from eventually selling or a buyer from buying. A lose-lose.
A buyer may look at this property and say, you know what, if I've got to deal with the burden of tying into sewer or that, and the house next door doesn't, then I'm going to go to the house next door. So that hurt the seller. The seller says they're not going to do it, or perhaps you're buying from an estate or something where the burden's going to go to the buyer. That either or somebody's going to, it's both.
So the issue now is whether or not some middle ground can be found.
We agree with their intent to replace cesspools that are, not filtrating water properly. Makes sense to everyone, including our organization. However, not having Plan B in place for where the money's going to come from if someone is upside down on their property and owes more than maybe they could sell it for, or maybe the buyer's going to take the burden on and they can't finance that much more money to have enough money to replace a cesspool that can cost thousands and thousands of dollars.
If you have a tip for the NBC 10 Money Watchers, you can send it in. The email address is news@wjar.com.